Hello, my name's Heemi. I'm a support worker in family mental health support services. I work with young people 18 below, and I do early intervention and prevention for mental health, and some examples of that could be emotional regulation and school refusal. Building rapport with young people is important because it fosters trust. Trust is the foundations of strong relationships with young people that can make them feel safe, secured, and valued and supported. A strong connection impacts a young person's well-being because it also builds trust, rapport with that young person, and with that connections, it opens them up for conversations. And that can be conversations they might be embarrassed or afraid to be judged about, but having them speak out with you means they're comfortable. So what are the signs of a child when they feel safe and supported? That can be when they're laughing, giggling, smiling with you, having that conversation with them, and they're engaged with you, they're talking. Some young people find it hard to connect with their parents can be because they're afraid of judgment or they're embarrassed and they don't know how to ask for that help. What are common mistakes that adults make when building rapport with that young person? Sometimes that can be asking the wrong questions, or better to ask open-ended questions. So don't say, how was your day? Ask, what was the best part of your day? Sometimes parents just need to be patient with the young person and give that young person that time and that space. Sometimes a lot of parents miss with the young person is just being present. Sometimes you don't need to say all the answers or have all the solutions. Sometimes you just need to be present and the young person just needs to be heard. Some simple ways to build rapport with your child can be just simple things. That could just be hanging out with them with daily activities. That could be just gaming with them. That can be watching TV and just doing something the child wants to do and just being present in that moment with them. And that's how you foster the memories of that young person that they will always remember. Sometimes building rapport with a young person can be like really simple things, like just laughing and giggling with them can be like absolutely amazing for them. And that can be like playing a game of Uno or a game of Go Fish, because those games can be like, they spark conversations and they also spark core memories. And that can be like the young person, hey, you cheated, you put a +4 and a +2, you can't do that. And it makes them laughing and engage with you. What are some strategies you can use to support your young person? So some of those strategies can be listening to them and validating their emotions and their feelings. Sometimes you might not understand their certain emotions or feelings, or you might not think it's a big deal, but it might be a massive deal to that young person, and validating their emotions and those feelings can mean a lot to them. Another strategy for the parent for their young person can be as simple as just being patient with the person, letting them have that time to themselves and be in their space, and they will come to you when they are ready. Parents can also model healthy communication by simply just opening up that conversation with that young person, letting them know that, hey, it's okay to talk when you need to. Sometimes young people may be resistant to have those conversations, and that can be for a number of reasons why, from past experiences, mental health struggles, or they've built up those trust barriers. I feel like the best solution to that is giving them that space and time and letting them choose when they are ready to come to talk and being patient with them through that. But always letting them know that the door is open for that conversation when they are ready. Every young person needs to feel safe, heard, respected, and valued. Building rapport takes time. Small, consistent efforts to build that rapport really goes a long way. If you are wanting some additional support, contact Family Mental Health Support Services at Impact Community Services.